All right, welcome everyone to this week's reps call. Today you will have to tolerate me because Francesca is on vacations and we respect your vacation. So please do not ping here because if I see her online, I will something for more vacations. I'm just joking. Francesca is a very hardworking person, so she deserves some time off and some last days of, well, it's not summer, it's autumn here in Germany, but some last days of relaxation before winter and gloominess in North Europe. For those of you who live in North Europe, you know, if you are in other part of the world, so now it's your spring, summer, I envy you. With that note, I'm going to say hello to Paul, Alex, Juliana, Setunda, Bean, Gasper, and Liv, and also Angel and Cairo, who is watching us from Ermo. Hey, Cairo. And for today, we have three topics. The one is about Focus fooding. The second one is the MR2 for Firefox for Android. And we also have the elections. So let me ping Ioana because she should have been here. But with that, I'm gonna start and say the Focus fooding campaign is over. Thank you very much for everyone who participated. A big thank you also to the communities that had events. I know that the Indonesian community, the Italian community, the Filipino community, and I think the Sri Lankan community had events. So thank you very much, everyone, for filing the bugs. For those of you who have added your GitHub handle, there is you can find your bugs in the repo. The repo is now public, as we promised. Unfortunately, as Paul mentioned, those bug issues are not attributed to the folks that open them because they open officially by the bot inside the repo, so we cannot do that. So I apologize. However, you can actually find your on every issue there is a mention on who opened this. We had 63 bugs, 0 spams. I cannot give exact number of those who are exact bugs right now because they are still getting trials. But if you're interested to see what happened to your bug, if it's resolved, if it's any follow-ups, feel free to open the repo, ask any more questions. Everything is open.
Yeah, we can't add any comments at the moment.
Is it not open for comments?
No, I tried to follow up. There's some additional information I had to provide on when I filed, and yeah, it wouldn't let me add any comments. It's not.
Okay, I will ask why is that, and check exactly, Paul. But thank you. Let me add a note for myself. Comments on the repo for Focus. Cool, that's a good note. I don't know why this has happened. Maybe I manage access. Anyways, this is not time for me to figure this out. We have a call, but thank you very much, Paul. And with that note, I'm gonna quickly pass to the next one, and this is about MR2. MR2 stands for Major Release 2. Back in spring, we had the MR1, Major Release 1, and now we have MR2 on Android. This time, you don't need to install any special, outside the Play Store distribution that we are testing on nightly for both Android and iOS, 12 Pulse Happiness. So we are starting today. Actually, you're going to soon receive an email about testing the new features of MR2. We have already the form open. The form is the same, by the way, for those of you who are wondering. We're keeping the form the same, so we don't have to create a form every single time that we're doing something, meaning the URL is the same. The form is updated based on the product needs. This is going to run for 2 weeks. I know there was a question last week about who can test. So we actually have opened it for everyone can test. Originally, they only wanted to open to test in US, but that had changed. So every volunteer can test right now. Feel free to file bugs. We're gonna follow the same procedure with the repo being private for the weeks we are running, and then the repo is gonna open for all of you to see what happened. That being said, I just saw you on and I lost my train of thought. That being said, Ioana is in the building. But before I pass here the mic, I have to let you know that at the end of week 1, so at Sunday or Monday, you're gonna receive, for those of you who have subscribed on the campaign, you're gonna receive a survey asking you for feedback on the new features. So we actually want to see how people are using them, not only finding bugs, how they are feeling with the new issues, getting some user feedback for the product before we go on stable release. So please subscribe, so you can receive the survey for you at the end of the week and give some valuable feedback for the product team. I'm gonna check if we have any questions. We don't. Any questions in the room? No. And of course, you can also do events. We are more than welcoming events at this point. Hey, Robbie. The same always applies. Please always remember the restrictions for COVID in your area. Fortunately, this is not over yet. If you can have events, we are more than welcome to sponsor them with swag and budget, as long as your local authorities are permitting you to have those kind of events. I know that the folks in Indonesia and Taipei are getting a little bit back to the normality and are having some events in their community space. If you are able to also have events, you're more than welcome. Oh, and I forgot to mention on the Fox Fooding, just remember on the Focus one, we also had some events. I just again lost the train of thought.
There's one in France. French community.
Yes, the French community, the Francophone community also contributed. So thank you very much for the Fox from France. And with that, and because the most amazing person in the whole program is in the room, I need to stop now and pass the microphone to the most important, called Ioana. She talks about elections.
Hello, everyone, and sorry for a bit of noise. Exactly when I turned off the camera, Constantine, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give the camera to," and I was like, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Hope you hear me well. Maybe give a thumbs up or something. Yeah, thanks, Paul. That moment of the year when we look for fresh new people to join with idea and energy in the council. We are very thankful for those that do end their term right now. They brought so many things on board in the last year, and definitely I'm looking forward to seeing new people. I am not at my computer, as you can see, but I can bet Constantina or others can add the link, or already did in the notes, and you saw probably my email and my post on Discourse with all the details. Michael was so nice and helped with the whole timeline of the elections. So also have a look on the GitHub issue with all the details needed. And if you have questions for me, I'm always available. A bit less on Matis, but I did promise that during these elections I'm there more constantly. I just forget to open it, to be honest. So yeah, if you have questions, let me know in the chat or raising your voice. I'll mute for a second to noise.
Ioana, if we don't have enough nominations until tomorrow, are we going to extend the period? Or how's it going to go?
So previously we did this in the last year, if you remember. We will open up more time. I mean, I will leave it more open in the meaning, because we do want to, we also will consult with the people in the council if they want to continue or not. We will try to find more solutions. These are the two backup ones that I thought is now and partially discussed with the peers too. I mean, the one was already done in the past, and one should be consulted. If you think that someone is just shy, or they need someone to pound their shoulders and push them and give them the confidence that they don't have, reach me out, even to me, or reach yourself themselves, and encourage them to apply. It's a bit of responsibility. I'm not gonna play down that one, but it's definitely fun. You get to meet and talk with Constantina a lot, sometimes with me, but if you're nice, you should see less of me and more of the nicer faces around.
We play good cup, bad cup with Joanna. I'm the good cup. Joanna is the bad cup.
Of course, like I'm also vampires, so yeah, couldn't be like in the light, couldn't be the light.
I come from more polite people of the south. We don't take
Exactly.
blood from people.
Well, literally, you're more in the sun because Greeks have more sun. Yeah, definitely you're the white person here. I mean the white head person, which is the good one, not the bad one. I'm okay to be the bad one, like what can I do? Someone has to do it. I might have just accept. I don't know. At least I'm seeing Paul having a bit of fun with me, so I should probably join these calls more often to make you laugh.
Cool, thank you very much. Any other questions for Joanna or general, any other questions? I can also bring her every Tuesday to announce something, so
she really plays well this card of Joanna, you should probably come, Joanna, you want, and I'm like, I'm a sucker for her, so I most of the time accept if she says something. I'm like, yes, definitely, I'm ready to come. Okay, I'm not gonna say more because it's a bit crowded and a bit louder, sorry, and I will be available if you have questions, both email and metrics. Even social media if you reach me out. So don't hesitate if you have questions or details that you need to know.
Thank you very much, Joanna. And I just muted myself. If you are wondering actually what the council is doing, there is a post about the council OKRs and the commitments that people are making. So you can find the link actually in the Etherpad. We had for about a year, we haven't been doing OKRs, and the reason is with all the changes with the teams and the restructures, it was hard for the council to actually produce OKRs to align with the rest of the organization. This time we are in a more capable space and place. So we decided to restart that organization. The objectives and key results are not there for me to use any whip over people. They are there to help people know what they are gonna work on, and also help the rest of the organization and the rest of the reps know what the people are working on. So if you're interested to know, and if you're interested to run for the council, and you're wondering what are those people doing, maybe I should know a little bit how they're getting structured. The OKR is a great way to actually understand. OKR stands for Objective Key Results. I apologize for doing the usual tech thing of having acronyms for everything. Objectives and key results. People, we are setting up objectives of something we want to achieve, and key results, we are going to measure ourselves against to achieve those objectives. This is the logic. Council will be accountable for key results, different council members for different key results. And you will soon see some experimentation that we want to do in the future. With that being said, any questions? Curious. Since we don't have any question, there is always the call about the first 10 years of MozFest that we had that from the last call, but I always thought it's a good reminder on what is happening on the Mozilla Fest world. On that note, Paul, I wanted actually to ask, when is the next going to be? Are we again going to have a virtual one?
Yes, the dates for the next MozFest were announced yesterday. It's going to be the 7th to the 10th of March, 2022. It's going to be virtual. It's going to be online. It's a great way for everybody to get more involved in what's going on in the Mozilla Foundation. It's a great way to participate in so many amazing sessions. But yes, the date was announced yesterday, so please mark your diaries. It's 7th to the 10th of March, 2022. Virtual, online, wherever you are. No stairs, coffee just like you make it at home. That is going to be MozFest next year.
For those of you who are wondering why we're talking about stairs, the previous MozFests before the pandemics were held in London, to a building that had a lot of stairs. There were elevators, but most of the people are using the stairs. So if you were about a pace tracker, that was your place. This year we are having it virtually, and I think in the future the plan is to have it again physically in Amsterdam, or that idea is not yet on the table.
There is talk of potentially doing a smaller event in Amsterdam next year, but that is obviously subject to the state of COVID and coronavirus and regulations in Amsterdam and around the world. So at the moment, the bit that's more certain is certainly the virtual part. There are some dates penciled in for a small scale live event. It'll be more like, for those that have been to MozFest before, it'll be more like the MozFest house type session. So a smaller in-person event. It won't be a full-scale event in Amsterdam next year.
Cool. Thank you very much, Paul. And with that note, since we don't have anything else, I think I haven't said hello to also Gabrielle, who joined after. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Do subscribe on the next Fox Fooding campaign. You'll see also soon receive also an email about this. And thank you very much for participating. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you all next week.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Hey, Robbie.
Bye.
Bye.